Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome back to Ask Amy. I'm here today with a question from Candy, which is about her weight, which is kind of perfect timing because right after this Ask Amy, I'm doing a call within the Little School of Big Change on weight loss from this new paradigm as requested by the students in the school. So I figured this would be a good theme for the day. I'll add Candy's question in and then jump over to that call. So let me read you Candy's question and I'll address that a little bit. So she says, "Dear Amy, I have a question about being overweight. I'm not a binge eater or a severe overeater anymore. Although my weight has not gone up for 5 years now, it's not going down either. I've tried to accept this, but I can't. There's like a deep knowing that I'm not meant to be like this. I don't know what to do. I exercise, eat healthy, not for weight loss, but just because I like it. I always did, and I'm still fat. This is so hopeless. What can you say about it from the new paradigm? Is there something to say, or do I just have to accept it?" So I love this question, Candy, and your openness to hearing something new, your willingness to look, because I get it. This is so often where we get with things that look just really hopeless, really dead end, and like there's just no other way. Is our mind kind of says, okay, here's what you have to do. You either have to lose weight or you have to accept it. And on the face of it, that seems kind of logical, right? I don't know. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? Like we can either go about creating change in whatever ways that we human beings are able to create change. We can do things and promote change in our lives, right? Do the best that we can do. And sometimes we change. Sometimes our agenda is met. Oftentimes our agenda is not met. And then over here, though, we have this thing of like, and how much acceptance are we? Are we accepting it? Are we at peace with what is, even as we're trying to change? Or are we fighting it and resisting it and pushing against it and getting mad at it? And it's not that you have to accept it. I mean, I don't know who makes the rules, but I certainly don't. And I don't, like, no ruler is out there saying, you must accept this. You must accept your weight. I don't know where that'd be coming from. It's more about seeing, and here's where, like, hear this because it's a little subtle, but this is huge. It's very deep as we start to see into this. It's more about seeing my entire experience of everything in my life, including my weight, comes from within me, comes from my own thinking. Now, Candy, anyone listening, if your mind has just run off into, yeah, but you don't know how much I weigh and I've tried so long and I can't accept this way. Okay, just bring it back here. So let's just really slowly kind of stay in this piece right here. Our entire experience of ourselves, of our weight, of our bodies, of our health, of everything in our lives comes from within us through thought in the moment. It's not even thought that, when the scale says a certain number, this thought lingers here and camps out and pitches a tent and that's now your new thought. No, it's thought, brand new, fresh thought in each and every moment. So our experience of our weight, of our bodies, is being generated fresh every single moment. Now, it might be habitual. These aren't a paradox. It could be habitual, but it's also generated fresh via thought in each and every moment. So when we start to see that, it doesn't, again, set aside for now, what you eat and how you move and what you want to weigh and all that, because that's just not, that's all wonderful. That's all human experience. That's more thought stuff, but that's just not where we're looking right now. We're just seeing, wow, how I feel in my body. My whole experience of this is down to my own thought in a moment. Now, you say, like, do I have to accept it? And I know what you mean. Do I have to accept it in order to be happy, right? There's a subtle little tweak on this. I mean, I don't know if you have to accept it. Again, I don't know who makes those rules up. But what I want you to see is that when you aren't accepting it, what's happening is your mind is saying, this body, I hate you. This body's not okay. This body's not acceptable. This is not all right. You're going to suffer. Like, that's just the definition of it, right? There's suffer-filled thoughts running through your head, coming to life within you. They look absolutely real. They seem tied to your body. When that's what's showing up, you're just going to suffer. Now, does that mean don't do it? No, there's not a should or a should. There's no instructions for you in this, Candy. I'm just saying, for all of us, when our head is full of not acceptable, not okay, can't be, we suffer. That's just the way we work. And when your mind is not there, Candy, you don't suffer. Your body didn't change. One moment to the next, your body doesn't change. I mean, we could argue that, but in practical terms that we're speaking here, your weight doesn't change, let's say, one moment to the next, but your experience sure does. And it's only down to where your thinking's going. Now, I think probably in some ways, and probably to a lot of people listening, especially if this understanding is kind of new to you, that might sound like it doesn't really, like it's not really a complete solution, like it doesn't answer the question. But I really want you to consider the fact that it does. Like, what if it does? What if seeing my whole experience of my body comes through thinking? When my mind goes over here and doesn't accept it, I suffer. Like just sitting in, that's how we work, period. This has nothing to do with Candy, nothing to do with weight. It could be about anything, but that's how we work. There's so much. There's like a quiet that starts to happen. Of course it looks like I need to lose the weight and then I'll be happy. Or of course I need to make this change and then I'll be happy. Candy, it looks like that to every single person on the face of this earth. We need to go do something out there and then we get to feel better. And it just doesn't work that way. That's all. It just doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. So it behooves us to sit in, okay, well, what if it kind of works this way? Like, let me play with that a little bit and see, wow, my whole experience in each and every moment is coming from the thinking that's showing up in that moment only. Now, what that does for you, Candy, is, I don't know what it does for you. It'll do whatever it does for you. But what it tends to do for people is, again, it quiets us in a sense, so that if there's something that shows up for you to do that is helpful for you, for your peace of mind, for your weight, for your health, for your body, I don't know, any of that, you have a much better chance of hearing it, of it really landing with you when there's a bit of like, okay, I know where my experience is coming from. Because when it looks like your only shot at happiness is lower weight and you're not at that lower weight, you just kind of painted yourself in a corner there innocently, right? So it's just like not satisfied, not satisfied, not satisfied, not okay, not okay. That's all we can hear. So we don't get to see and hear new things. So this is very, very practical, even in terms of things you might do diet and exercise wise, even in terms of brand new ideas that haven't occurred to you, new ways of eating, new medication, I don't know, new doctors you might talk to, new people that might help you with this. If there's an actual body mass change that's to take place in you, well, you're going to have some insights about that. And you're a lot more likely to have those insights if your mind is quiet, if we know where our experience is coming from. That's it. So it is never, this is never like, oh, just look here and that solves everything. It's like stuff happens in life and out in the world and in form, and we make decisions that are helpful and all that. It's just that we're never, like when we're looking in a corner over and over and saying, why is this wall not changing? It's been like this forever. Like, what am I not seeing? Well, we just can't see that much when we're caught up in the same stuff. So it's super helpful to see how we work first. Let that quiet your mind, and then know that stuff's going to show up. Ideas will show up. One last thing I just want to touch on in here, Candy, is you say, I've tried to accept this, but I can't, meaning your weight. There's like a deep knowing that I'm not meant to be like this. When I read this, and I just want you to, I have no idea, but I want you to kind of sit with this and see what feels right to you. There's a deep knowing that I'm not meant to be like this. Now, when something in my life isn't the way that I want it to be, I sometimes also feel that, like, but it's not supposed to be like this. And I'll even say that, no, it's not supposed to be like this, right? If you feel like that, what if the thing that's kind of waking you up, and I don't like this language, I don't mean this literally, because I think everything that is supposed to, like supposed to is made up anyway. So it's not that we're not supposed to suffer, we're not supposed to feel anything. We're human, we just feel what we feel all of it. But But what if the thing that you're feeling that is so kind of against nature or feels to be against your nature isn't your weight? It's this mental weight. It's this emotional weight. It's all this heaviness. And maybe that's just about that resistance. Now, again, please don't hear that as go accept your weight and everything will be fine, because it would be. But to get you from here to go accept your weight, I don't know how to do that. You have to have your own insights and see more about that. And that's not where we're headed. But sometimes when it sounds like, or when it feels like something's wrong, something's off, not supposed to be like this, our mind will take it one step further and say, see, it's because you weigh too much. If you weighed less, then you could be happy. And again, it just pulls in that misunderstanding, that outside in, like life is coming at us from the outside, including our body, which is outside. It adds into that illusion. But that's our mind taking that one step further than it's meant to go. Maybe that bit of like, something's off. It's just seeing that we're really caught up in and tied to thinking that looks and feels really real. It feels so true to us that we can't see that it's thought. Can't see that it's thought created. It looks like it's body created or weight created. So I don't know. I just had that hunch show up when I read that line. Like there's a deep knowing that I'm not meant to be like this. And I think our minds can say, see, it's my wisdom saying I need to lose weight. There's a deep knowing I need to lose weight. The I need to lose weight part, or whatever's at the end of that sentence, I don't know. That's worth looking at, because I don't think we have deep knowings sometimes about very specific physical outcomes in life. I think we have a deep knowing that we're getting in our own way. And then when we get out of our own way, things clear up and things tend to work and move a little faster and easier. So I hope this is helpful, Candy. And again, for anyone, it's not really about weight at all. It never is about what it sounds like it's about. So I hope this is helpful to others of you, no matter what you're up against. So I wanted to mention that next Monday, I won't be doing an Ask Amy, because I'm doing a free webinar instead, because next Monday, 1 week from today, is when the Little School of Big Change opens for the first of only 2 times this year. I only run it twice a year. So this is the spring opening, and the registration period is from March 11th to March 14th. And so on March 11th, and actually on March 10th, Sunday night, I'll be doing 2 free webinars that share this understanding in much more detail, give a little bit about what the school's all about. I might have some current students in the school who are there sharing their experience. So it'll be fun. Just a free 1-hour webinar. You can ask some questions and just see a lot more. I'll put a link here to where you can sign up for that if you're interested. And I'd love to see you in the school. If this understanding is interesting to you, obviously a lot of you I know are here every week taking it all in. And if this is all you do, that's wonderful. If you're getting a ton out of this, I love that. And the school is a really amazing way to stay in this conversation and to really deepen in this so that it becomes kind of the way you see the world. I use the term sea change a lot, so that you have a sea change. So life just starts to look more and more outside in, like in Candy's question, it's less like my weight is making me unhappy, and it's more like, oh, thought in the moment feels this way. It changes everything. It changes so, so much. So school is just one way. It's an awesome way, my favorite way, to deepen in this understanding and stay in the conversation. So if you're interested, check it out at thelittleschoolofbigchange.com. I also have a free, really well-planned and well put together 4-part video series that just launched today. It's called the Change That Sticks video series. And you can get that, again, it's totally free. You can sign up and get those videos sent to you at thechangeseries.com. And again, I'll just put the link here. So lots of good stuff, lots of free stuff, and things to just kind of check out if you're interested in this. If you have any questions about any of that or the school, please reach out to me. And I hope to see you on the webinar next Monday. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.